So Toolbox 1 is a class that I co-teach with Mark Wing-Davey, and the key focus is about observation and physicality. So we're interested in lots of different angles at how people might observe the world around them, observe the city of New York, other people, to really expand your curiosity and attention through conversation and observation. So that might mean taking videos and replicating them in class for other people as precisely as you can. It means a set of interviews over the course of the semester where you have long conversations with folks without taking notes. Then you come in and we interview you as those folks, looking at the ways you manage to transform your physical and vocal presence, but importantly also how that attempt to transform then tells us something about your own habits or the places in which you're not seeing as you go on those observation journeys. So we're particularly interested in cultivating that curiosity early in your training so that as you launch into text and other material, you understand the values we're seeking for you to enter those explorations with. So in physical actioning, we start with this very simple idea, which is about action verbs. How do actors take action verbs and apply them in a range of ways to working on character? We start with a very simple idea of experimenting with how do actions play in your personal life. I have the students keep an action journal and look at all of the different ways they play actions in their life, maybe in unexpected moments, or maybe when the thing they're really doing underneath doesn't match the language they're using or what they thought they were doing based on the circumstance. And from that self-observation, we move into creating action palettes with characters. What does it mean to look at a character through all of the events of the text and outside of the text and begin to build a palette, like a painter's palette, of the actions that person uses most commonly? How is that palette different from your own personal one so that you can enter a rehearsal process with a set of impulses primed for experimentation between you, the director, and other actors? And from there, we also do experiments with text itself. What does it mean to pick specific actions for text? What does it mean to take circumstance and really expand your physical experience of the actions or shrink it back down for something that feels more cinematic? So over the course of the semester, you're doing a wide range of experiments so that as you move forward into productions and working on characters in a range of scenarios, you've got a unique set of tools that lets you deploy action verbs in a range of ways. I co-teach a collaboration class with Oscar Eustace, Susan Laurie Parks, and Susan Hilferty. So the four of us work together with third-year graduate acting students, graduate dramatic writing students, guest directors from the profession, and third-year design students, all together working on pieces of new plays written by those writing students. And it's a kind of thrilling opportunity for a range of students from different disciplines to come together at a moment when they're all primed to build connections between each other as peer collaborators and also help one another understand their own work. So we're looking at these new plays from a range of different angles, right? Susan Hilferty, a fantastic designer and design faculty member, is helping design students enter new play process with the lens of design and helping the rest of the community understand the way design can teach them things about new plays before they're ever produced. I'm working with the acting students to help them understand what it means for actors to really be of service to playwrights in a new play process. They're getting the opportunity to work with these guest directors, often who are early in their career and primed to hire them after they exit. And then the playwriting students are working with all of these collaborators to deepen their understanding of their play, to develop it further, and to see some of it realized inside the classroom with feedback from this community of teachers. It's a really exciting kind of utopian moment where we're thinking together about the way collaboration really works. I'm really lucky to work with our students at some point in their time here as a director. And as a professional working director out in the world, especially someone who works on a lot of new plays, I love getting the chance to spend time with our acting students and design students on this material, partly because I often work in the third year. And these third-year productions are specifically chosen for these cohorts of actors to work on. And the material is rich and exciting. We get to work on material that's just about what we think would be a thrilling project for them in these incredible new world-class spaces at the Paulson Center, where the spaces themselves, the technology, the incredible work of our design students all comes together to build these productions that are some of the best I've ever been a part of. And so it's a real gift to be able to kind of spend time with our students working on projects that maybe wouldn't be possible out in the world or at a level that would be hard to replicate in spaces this small, and in a way that's really utopian, that we can focus on theater making and the craft and not have to worry about the professional pressures in that final year of their training. Brandon Durden and I spend a great deal of time in the second semester of year 3 working with our nearly graduated students on their showcase process. And I think it's easy to think of showcase that's something that's kind of mercenary, that's about this kind of moment of exit or professional work. But the truth is, it is a real joy for us to get to spend that much time with them towards the end of their training with us. We collaborate with wonderful colleagues in Heidi Griffiths and Dave Kapp, who help the students select the material in the fall. And then Brandon and I pick it up and work on rehearsal in the winter, and then ultimately on filming these scenes. And the gift of working on Showcase through that long arc is that we're able to focus the students on what really matters, making great pieces of work that showcase them and showcase a tiny bit of what they're capable of when they enter the profession. And it's important to us that that showcase process isn't just about presenting them to our industry colleagues, but also about supporting them, keeping the values of the training alive, and giving them confidence that all of the work they've done will be alive and present and visible as they enter the rest of their career.